Let's dive into the recent buzz about OpenAI parting ways with Sam Altman and the roller coaster that followed, eventually bringing Sam back into the tech scene and news about his reinstatement in OpenAI. Now, people are buzzing about ChatGPT 5, speculating that it might become a math whiz in addition to its language superpowers. Some even throw around the term AGI, which stands for Artificial General Intelligence. But what's AGI? Does it mean humans are out of a job? Let's break it down. AGI is like the superhero version of artificial intelligence, with cognitive abilities as mighty as, or even mightier than, us humans. Imagine a system that can learn all sorts of things, tackle tricky problems, reason through the fuzziness of life, and smoothly navigate different situations. That's AGI. Here are the cool traits often linked to AGI. Learns on its own without strict rules, jumps effortlessly into new tasks and situations, solves problems like a pro, adapting to complexity, thinks with common sense and throws in a dash of creativity, masters the art of understanding natural language, being social and all. It's like watching kids naturally gravitate toward games and puzzles during their growing up years. The process of solving problems, spotting patterns, and figuring out solutions helps build their brain power. This kind of learning is similar to how us humans use heuristics, mental shortcuts, or rules of thumb based on past experiences to understand new stuff. Now, let's get real. AGI isn't here yet. It's more like a goal for the future. Current AI champs are good at specific tasks, but they're not the all-knowing wizards we imagine AGI to be. The debate rages on about when AGI will show up, the ethics around it, and how to make it safe. But the endgame is to have an AI that can handle life's ambiguities like a seasoned pro. We've got AI wizards like Claude 2, ChatGPT 4, Bard 2, and LLaMA making waves. Each has its own strengths and quirks. In this piece, I'm giving you the lowdown on their use cases, what they're good at, how they handle safety and ethics, evaluation criteria breakdown, possible societal impacts. No made-up stories here, just straight-up info on Claude 2, ChatGPT 4, Bard 2, and LLaMA, spiced up with real-world examples so you can see how these models could fit into our everyday lives. First, quick rundown on the main differences. Claude 2, big on being helpful facts, in a controlled way, not so much on general chat. ChatGPT 4, great at chat but keeps its limitations a bit mysterious. LLaMA, a whiz at understanding and spouting facts, with some impressive reasoning skills. Bard 2, supposedly a genius at reasoning, but it's still in hiding. Claude 2 and ChatGPT 4 are out and about, while LLaMA and Bard 2 are still in the shadows. That's the scoop. Claude 2 overview. Meet Claude 2, the brainchild of the Anthropic startup, designed to be your go-to AI buddy for useful, harmless, and honest interactions. They've been tinkering with this idea for a good 2+ years, fine-tuning it to focus on reliability, clear communication, and making sure it doesn't go rogue. What's Claude 2 all about? Claude 2 isn't your typical chatty robot. It's more like your trusty information sidekick. Here are the jobs it seems to be acing. 1. Fountain of knowledge. Ask anything, and Claude 2 spills the beans on a variety of topics. 2. Writing wingman. Need help with words. Claude 2's got your back for drafting, editing, and summarizing. 3. Coding comrade. Dive into the coding world, and Claude 2 will assist you like a pro. 4. Data wizard. Extracting info from documents. Claude 2 is on it. 5. Life advisor. From cooking tips to fitness advice, Claude 2 can lend a hand. But hold up, it's not here to crack jokes. It's all about being a helpful info hub. What Claude 2 can do. Let's spill the tea on Claude 2's abilities and where it might fumble. Language skills. Claude 2 aces questions with high scores on benchmarks, speaks over 40 languages decently well, but fumbles on standardized tests like GRE, MBE, and USMLE. Thinking cap. When it comes to logical or creative thinking, Claude 2 is still learning the ropes. Long essays. Not its forte. Forget about searching the internet for anything past early 2023 without human help. Safety first. Claude 2 tries its best to be a good AI citizen with constitutional principles, human feedback learning, and anti-toxicity algorithms. But it's not Fort Knox yet. There's still a chance of hiccups, biases, or shenanigans. Is Claude 2 the ethical AI hero? Well, Anthropic is trying to be the superhero of transparency. They spill all the beans through detailed model cards, promise responsible development, and even throw in constitutional AI principles. However, there are still lingering questions about where Claude 2 gets its info, the fairness game, and what exactly counts as harm. Also, keep an eye out for potential misuse, even with their use policies. In a nutshell, Claude 2 seems like a reliable pal, honest about its strengths and weaknesses. Whether it becomes your next BFF or not, only time and more real-world tests will tell. ChatGPT 4 Overview. Enter ChatGPT 4, the brainchild of OpenAI, the genius minds behind DALL-E 2 and other tech wonders. Forget strict helpfulness. This one is all about having a chit-chat that feels like chatting with your best buddy. What ChatGPT 4 is all about. Imagine ChatGPT 4 as your digital chat buddy, not just a boring fact machine. It's the go-to for 1. Chit-chat galore, from everyday stuff to answering those I wonder questions. 2. Explaining the unexplained. Concepts are its gem, making complicated things sound like a walk in the park. 3. Storytelling pro. It can spin stories, crack jokes, and brainstorm ideas like a creative wizard. 4. Code helper. It's got your back for coding, math problems, and even some fancy business writing. But let's be real, it's more about fun and friendship than being a 24/7 fact checker. What ChatGPT 4 can and can't pull off. Here's the scoop on its skills and where it might trip. Talk the talk. It's so smooth in conversations that you might mistake it for your next-door neighbor after just a couple of chats. Fancy facts, dropping knowledge bombs, and reasoning things out. ChatGPT 4 can pull off some impressive moves. Creative whiz. Need a short story, poem, or joke? ChatGPT 4's got your back with top-notch creativity. Mind the gaps, but hold up, it's not infallible. Stray too far from its comfort zone, and accuracy and logic might take a hit. Safety dance. It's a bit mysterious on how it handles safety, and sometimes it daydreams false info in longer chats. Ethical talk. OpenAI's playing it cool on sharing all the nitty-gritty details about how ChatGPT 4 learns. They promise more info down the road. Ethical vibes from OpenAI. So, OpenAI's got some ground rules. 1. No apocalypse here. They're steering clear of AI causing global chaos. 2. Secret sauce. Keeping some model behaviors on the down low to stay ahead in the AI safety game. 3. Their way or the highway. OpenAI decides what's safe based on their own AI value alignment, not what the whole world thinks. 4. Money talks. Success means more resources to keep this AI safety train chugging along. It is really cool for marketers, content writers, bloggers, video generators, search engine optimization, coders, or managers. But here's the kicker. Folks are still questioning whether this is the right way to go. Should AI development be more of a group effort instead of a one-company show? In a nutshell, ChatGPT 4 is your talkative buddy, but OpenAI needs to spill more beans on how it ticks and how they keep it in check. Time will tell if they can bridge the gap between chat excellence and top-tier safety. Bard 2 and Alphabet Overview. So, there's this new kid on the AI block called Bard 2, and truth be told, not much is out there in the public realm about it. Alphabet and DeepMind are keeping their cards close, leaving us all to play the guessing game based on some teasers they dropped. Bard 2's big plans. Nobody's spilled the beans on Bard 2 yet, but the rumors are wild. Imagine a superhero of reasoning abilities taking on open-ended conversations. It's like they're aiming for the moon with this one. What Bard 2 might do. So, Sundar Pichai, Google's big boss, hints that Bard 2 could be the next big thing in AI, maybe even giving their trusty search engine a run for its money. And they're not stopping there. They're talking about Bard 2 being the go-to for 1. Super smart chats. Bard 2 might become the guru of explaining stuff logically, even admitting when it doesn't have all the answers. 2. Creative workflow assistant. Picture this, it might help automate those mind-boggling creative tasks. 3. Coding whiz. Move over, coding struggles. Bard 2 might be the answer to your coding prayers. 4. Strategic guru. Need advice on life's chess game. Bard 2 could be your strategic sidekick. Bard 2 in action. Now, the brains behind Bard 2, Demis Hassabis, is talking a big game about new techniques in reasoning, common sense, and being transparent. But here's the kicker, we haven't seen the full tech specs yet. It's like trying to figure out a magic trick. In the demos, Bard 2 shows off some basic language skills and reasoning, but it's not exactly blowing the competition out of the water. It slips up on facts, and sometimes it even goes off on a daydream. The fuzzy zone. Ethical talk. DeepMind. The wizards behind Bard 2 are all about ethical AI, transparency, falsifiability, and staying open to corrections. They say Bard 2 follows these rules, but where's the proof? The safety squad is working hard on keeping things in check, but some brainiacs say that just company rules might not be enough. So, where does Bard 2 stand right now? It's like a mix of big dreams and reality checks. The dreams might be bigger than what it can deliver today. And let's be honest, they could throw in more details about what's good, what's not, and how they're keeping things safe. So, stay tuned for the Bard 2 saga. It's got potential. but it's still figuring out its superpowers. Let's roll up our sleeves and dive into the world of super smart talkers, Claude 2, ChatGPT 4, and Bard 2. We've got our detective hats on to figure out which one's the real MVP. Grab some popcorn. It's comparison time. Step 1. The talk game. Language quality. Okay. Picture this, you're having a chat with these brainy machines. Claude 2 keeps it clear but not much of a chatterbox. ChatGPT 4, on the other hand, is like the smooth talker who's hard to distinguish from a human. Bard 2, well, let's just say it's working on its language skills. Step 2. The brain's backpack. Scope of knowledge. Now, how much do they know? Claude 2 is decent with info but taps out around early 2023. ChatGPT 4 is a knowledge powerhouse, but watch out for its wild stories. Bard 2, well, it needs to hit the books a bit more. Step 3. Brain gymnastics. Reasoning ability. Can these guys follow a logical trail? Claude 2 struggles with complex reasoning. ChatGPT 4 is decent but slips up now and then. Bard 2 promises big things but hasn't shown its reasoning cards yet. Step 4. The mystery book. Transparency and explainability. What's their secret sauce? Claude 2 spills the beans willingly. ChatGPT 4 keeps its cards close. Bard 2 says it's transparent but needs to show us the receipts. Step 5. Danger alert. Potential for harm. Are they like that mischievous friend who might cause trouble? Claude 2 is on the safer side. ChatGPT 4, not so much. It could be a troublemaker. Bard 2, well, we need more details on its habits. Step 6. Safety nets. Mitigations against risks. How do they stay out of trouble? Claude 2 is the safety champion. ChatGPT 4 needs to step up its game. Bard 2, it's got theories but not much proof yet. Step 7. Task time. Functional capabilities. Can they do more than just chat? Claude 2 helps with writing and coding but has its limits. ChatGPT 4 is a mixed bag, and Bard 2 is still in the mystery box. Step 8. The creative spark. Creative production. Do they have an artistic side? Claude 2 is a bit limited. ChatGPT 4 can get creative with the right prompts. Bard 2, well, that's still up in the air. Summing it up, the big picture. No clear winner yet. Claude 2 is the transparency champ. ChatGPT 4 rocks the conversation game. Bard 2 aims high but is still figuring itself out. They all have strengths but plenty of room to grow. Beyond the tech talk, ethical considerations. Now, let's think bigger. How do these brainy machines change the world? They could be heroes, unlocking knowledge for everyone, helping with jobs, and fixing big problems. But there are worries too, biases, privacy issues, and the risk of turning into little mischief makers. So, the road ahead, full of choices. If we're smart about it, these machines could do wonders, but we need to keep an eye out, think ethically, and make sure they're here for the greater good. It's like steering a ship, smooth sailing if we navigate wisely. In a nutshell, the final word. Claude 2, ChatGPT 4, and Bard 2 are like the rock stars of the AI world, pushing boundaries and making us dream big. But let's be cautious, they're still finding their footing. So, buckle up. The AI adventure is just beginning, and who knows where it might take us. Now, let us understand the other option, LLaMA overview. Alright, let's break this down like we're chatting at the lunch table. Picture this, LLaMA, or Large Language Model Altius, is like the brainchild of the Altius startup. It made its big debut in late 2022, showing off as a different kind of smarty-pants model that cares a lot about safety. Step 1. LLaMA's big debut. So, there's this cool model called LLaMA, brought to you by the folks at Altius. It hit the scene in 2022. And guess what? It's all about being safe and sound. Step 2. What LLaMA's into. Altius designed LLaMA for businesses, like the superheroes of data processing, semantic search, content creation, and even automating customer support. It's like a handy assistant for getting stuff done at work, not just a chatty buddy. LLaMA is available in 3 different sizes and 2 flavors. Users are expected to have some understanding of Python coding and artificial intelligence and machine learning to be able to navigate through. Step 3. LLaMA's superpowers. Now, LLaMA has some pretty nifty skills. It's like a genius at breaking down tricky documents, answering questions like a pro, and cooking up workplace content. But when it comes to casual chit-chat, it's not the life of the party. Step 4. The safety dance. Altius is all about being responsible. They train LLaMA like a pro athlete. Double-check before rolling out updates, and keep an eye out for any shenanigans. But the fine print on the techniques they use and outside checks is still a bit fuzzy. Step 5. LLaMA's gang. The comparisons. Let's line up LLaMA next to the other brainy models, Claude 2, ChatGPT 4, and Bard 2, and see how they measure up. Talking style. LLaMA is all business talk, not so much for small talk. What's in the brain? LLaMA's all about workplace wisdom, not a know-it-all about everything. Brain gymnastics. LLaMA's good with structured tasks but might struggle with the tricky stuff. Spilling the secrets. Altius shares a bit about LLaMA, but we're missing the full scoop. Safety first. Altius says they've got safety covered, but the details are like a mystery novel. Risk busters. Altius has safety plans, but having an outsider check is like the extra layer of security. Skills show off. LLaMA's a star in the business world, handling tasks like a pro. Creative vibes. LLaMA keeps its creativity mostly for serious stuff, not so much for artsy adventures. In a nutshell, LLaMA's story. So, summing it up, LLaMA is like the business pro of the AI crew. It's not here to crack jokes or chat endlessly but to get the job done at work. As more folks put LLaMA to the test, we'll see how it holds up in the real world. Bringing AI to the office is a bit like inviting a new friend. You want them to be helpful without causing too much trouble. Let's see how LLaMA fits into the workplace dance over the next year. Now, we have heard some questions. What about the training data? How do the models stay relevant on today's issues and generate content so easily? Let's dive into the world of these brainy models and how they keep their knowledge up to date. Claude 2 by Anthropic. Okay, so Claude 2 learns from web stuff, official datasets, and what people say. But hold on, its wisdom stops at early 2023. So, if you want the scoop on events after that, it needs a human touch to stay in the loop. Claude 2 is like a wise owl but needs a little help to know the latest gossip. ChatGPT 4 by OpenAI. Now, ChatGPT 4 is a bit mysterious. It keeps its training secrets locked away. It seems to know what's up until 2023, but we're not sure if it's doing live searches on the internet. OpenAI might be tweaking it behind the scenes, but they're not spilling the tea on how they do it. It's like the cool kid who knows things, but you're not sure how. Bard 2 by DeepMind. Alphabet. Bard 2 is playing it coy with its training data, keeping it hush-hush. In its debut, it seemed a bit clueless about the latest news. It talks big about learning forever, but right now, it's more like a theory than a reality. Bard 2 is like the kid saying, I'll learn forever, but we're not sure if it's just talk. LLaMA by Altius. Now, let's talk about LLaMA. It learns from the web, experts, and customer stuff. But guess what? We're not sure how fresh its data is. It's not the best at keeping tabs on breaking news. It's more of a document expert. If you want LLaMA to know what's hot, you gotta give it the latest docs to chew on. LLaMA is like the library guru. Great with books but needs a little push for the latest gossip, keeping the brainy bunch sharp. So, to keep these smarty pants models on the ball, they need a mix of things. Fine-tuning on new info, like giving them a little update on what's happening. Boosting with context. More background info makes them smarter. Hooking up to live data, getting real-time news from the internet. Fancy learning powers, having cool tech that lets them keep growing. But here's the scoop. Even with all this tech magic, these models still need humans to guide them. They're not mind readers. They need our help to understand new stuff and catch up with how we talk. The responsible side. Now, to keep these brainiacs in check, we need to be open about where they get their info. We want to avoid old, biased, or naughty data. And, most importantly, our good all-human judgment is key to making sure they're sharing quality info. So, there you have it, the behind-the-scenes of how these models keep their brains sharp and the responsibility it takes to make sure they're not spreading fake news. It's like having a bunch of little detectives. They're smart, but they still need us to solve the case of the ever-changing information world. Are there others? Then, there are other models in training. Bloom from Hugging Face. Bloom is an open-source conversational AI system released by the startup Hugging Face in late 2022. It has demonstrated competence on daily life conversations and targeted domains like science and coding. Megatron LLM from NVIDIA. NVIDIA's Megatron language model leverages cutting-edge transformer architectures and their computing hardware advantages to achieve impressive downstream task performance. Recent versions have scored very well on benchmarks. Jurassic from AI-21 Labs. Launched in mid-2022, Jurassic focuses on extremely long-form writings beyond other AI text models like news articles or even novels without quality degradation over 100,000 words. Palm from Anthropic. Anthropic has developed Palm models as a research counterpart to Claude, fine-tuned specifically for capabilities like mathematical reasoning much more than safety. Recent Palm version is state-of-the-art on a range of benchmark evaluations. I will speak about them in the next video. Tell me what you feel about these models. Which one do you like? How do you use them? For relevant, factual, and authentical research material on AI, do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon. Thank you for listening to us.